I never thought I'd have to say this, but we have cross-dressing pirates. Hello and welcome to Civil War in Hindsight. I'm Lieutenant Tommy. With me, as always, is Prospector Johnny. And as I alluded to already, we have cross-dressing piracy today.
I'm sorry. What? We had cross-dressing pirates.
Piracies, yes.
So what does this have to do with what's going on right now during this?
So on the night of June 28th, a group of Confederate pirates under command of George N. Hollins is going to board the side-wheeler steamboat, the St. Nicholas, which is a commercial vessel operating in the Chesapeake Bay.
Now, Confederate pirate, they're not just this just isn't the Confederate Navy at this point?
Well, if you remember from several, about a month ago.
I don't.
Right when the war started, I know you don't. Right about when the war started, Confederate dictator, president or acting president, president.
Traitor president. I think we can start
traitor president.
To call him TP.
TP Davis issues basically a writ letter that enables piracy against the Union vessels. So this is the privateering stuff where. Privateering
it's legal. It's legal pirating,
but it's only legal if a nation actually exists, and the Confederacy
and they don't. So now I see why we're calling them actual pirates. All right, that makes sense now. So we got some pirates coming at who? Us obviously, but
Yeah, they're coming at St. Nicholas, which is a commercial vessel operating in Chesapeake Bay. George Hollins is going to board the vessel first, dressed as a woman, which there's a lot of this going on in the Civil War so far. We've had a Union guy dress up as a woman to go invade Confederate lines. We've had this pirate dressing up as a woman. I think some people have some extracurricular activities at home that they are just able to explore in the name of spies or secrecy or something.
That certainly may be the case, but it seems to me like the women of these days are wearing the wrong type of clothing if men are able to get in and become a woman. Maybe we need to change that in the future and give them like pants without pockets or something so that we know that they're women.
So he's going to go on and take the USS St. Nicholas, and as he takes it, he's going to go and search for the.
He takes it dressed as a woman.
Yeah, well, he and his
crew. Okay,
yeah.
So when he gets in and then says, "Take me to your leader," like what? I assume they're just letting her in because it's like or him, and they're letting the woman in.
Yeah. They sneak on the board. Once they're on board, it's. All of a sudden, guns come out. Hijack.
They've got guns.
Yeah. So then they go and search for the USS Pawnee. Their goal is to take over the USS Pawnee, which is actually a military boat operating blockades and all that fun stuff. You'll remember that from weeks ago because the USS Pawnee was supposed to go to Fort Sumter, but instead it went down to some fort in Florida. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, and I don't have the note in front of me, so shoot me. On June 20th. Don't. Yeah, because this will end quick.
I'm not continuing this if someone shoots Tommy.
If I die in battle, bravely in battle.
Not. Yeah, this is over.
So,
boys.
While in search for the USS Pawnee, they're not able to find it, but they do seize 3 other small commercial vessels instead. Again, leading on to more piracy.
Okay, all right. You're taking over commercial vessels. Like what even is that? That can't be hard.
That's an unarmed wagon, basically.
Yeah, they're walking up and saying, ours now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, come at try that on a military vessel, see what happens.
Yeah, which they are not doing. No,
bunch of cowards, that's why. That's why they need to start wearing yellow so we can tell who they are and not shoot at our own guys again.
That's a good idea. I like that. On June 29th, a special war council would be gathered in Washington, D.C. to develop a plan of action. General Irving McDowell of the Union forces wanted to attack the Confederates at Manassas in Bull Run. Attack the Confederates where they are right now, which is pretty much in Virginia.
Take it to them.
Yeah,
Let's go.
And the head guy, General Scott, continues to want to go with his Anaconda plan where he does the blockade and takes over the Mississippi. General consensus out of this meeting is that, the troops in Virginia should probably be dealt with first before we look at the Mississippi. So,
because they're right here.
Yeah.
And maybe before we worry about that.
It looks like we've got plans to go and get that group of Confederates that are gathering around Manassas.
So all right. So Manassas. Where's Manassas?
In Virginia.
Virginia. Okay, I gotta get tickets. I gotta see this.
Get some tickets down to Virginia. Yeah, it sounds
like when are they gonna do it? Is it? Do I have time?
You've got time.
Or it's not planned yet.
There's no. This is just their war commission talking about what they want to do.
I'm making my way. This is gonna be like we're gonna just destroy them and that's gonna be the end of the war, right? Like that's gonna be what happens.
It sounds like it. On June 30th.
I gotta see this.
Yeah, I gotta see it. Hey, get some tickets. Come on out here.
I will look up train rides and I'm gonna start making my way back. It's gonna do some damage to filling that guy up, but I feel like to watch the the rebirth of this nation come back together after this battle, it's gonna be great.
It's going to be worth it. On June 30th, more piracy is going to happen when the CSS, the Confederate SS, Sumter, runs the blockade and escapes Union entanglement. Her crew plans to raid Union shipping beyond the blockade now that they've punched through. So
I got through.
This is just going to be a boat that's going to be raiding other Union boats, raiding Union commercial vessels
just
beyond
the
blockade. Just a nuisance.
It's a fly. It's just making us annoyed.
That's their plan. On July 1st, the U.S. Congress, not USS, but the U.S. Congress is going to authorize troops to be raised in Kentucky and Tennessee to fight against the Confederacy. Kentucky has maintained its neutrality, and if you remember, the eastern portion of Tennessee says we don't support the dirty rebels.
The good side of Tennessee. Thank you.
And then this is where things turn to a south, and I've got some questions for you, Lincoln. 4 members of the police board.
I'm not Lincoln.
No, not you. I'm saying Lincoln. I have
deliver those to him.
Well, I have questions for Lincoln, is what I'm saying.
I'll try to get them to him, I guess.
Oh,
but I don't
right,
see how I'm going to help.
So 4 members of the police board in Baltimore have been arrested for pro-Confederate activity. Once again, they're going to be held without habeas corpus, without formal charges, again being arrested by military personnel. These are civilians.
All right, these are police? Police officers?
Police board. So these are the heads of the police.
Okay.
Yeah, the heads of the police in Baltimore.
And they're being arrested by the military without a trial, without anything, they're
charges,
just being arrested.
No
that
habeas
is gosh, we need a word for this type of leadership. Do we have one yet?
Yeah, I think it's called dictatorship.
Is that what
don't
it
do
is?
That. Yeah,
okay.
don't do
yeah,
that.
that's
so
bad. Maybe Lincoln should stop.
Yeah, Lincoln, could
Perhaps?
You please stop? And by please stop, what I mean is he's going to authorize General Scott to suspend habeas corpus along the military line between New York City and Washington, D.C. So stop.
More of it?
More of it. Yeah, it used to just be along Baltimore, but now it's that whole line of any kind of military transport line from New York City down to Washington, D.C., all the main roads.
Everything.
That's now habeas corpus. Gone. You can be arrested for if you live on any main thoroughfare from New York to Washington, D.C., and you say, Lincoln, you might be a little bit of a traitor. You could be thrown in jail without.
What the hell kind of America is this? This is tyranny.
This is not what I want to fight for.
No, this is not what we are supposed to stand for here.
No, nope.
That is the opposite of it. Like, this is supposed to be the land of the free, right?
Yep. Well,
Can we keep that, please?
It sure is. As long as you say that the Union's the best place in the world and don't say anything positive about the dirty rebels in the South. So I think I'm fine. I think we're fine because we keep saying dirty rebels.
Well, yeah.
So I think that's okay.
Yeah, I'm not worried about me. I fit the demographic of the person not going to get arrested on habeas corpus, but that doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't make it okay.
No, it sure doesn't. General Robert Patterson and General Scott would argue over operations into Virginia around Manassas until Patterson says, screw this, and crosses the Potomac into the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia and says, well, I'm doing it anyways. So now he's kind of forced General Scott's hand. The plan now here is that Patterson is going to keep Confederate forces under Johnson at bay while the main Union lines will attack Manassas where Beauregard is.
Okay, so that's probably... You think there's where it should go? I got to figure out where to go specifically when this all goes down.
You need to go to Manassas. That's where the big battle's going to be. Yeah, Manassas is where the big battle's going to be. My spies tell me that Johnson is wanting Prescott to cross the river and engage him. because his plan is to use the railroads to get over to where Beauregard is and split the Union line in two. So he wants Prescott to come over to Winchester area.
Yeah, so he's kind of come take me
into the Shenandoah Valley to draw them away so that they cannot fight in Manassas, and then he's gonna, in the middle of the night, get on the train and go to Manassas. That's the plan, at least. So on the 3rd of July, Patterson is going to take this hook, line, and sinker, and he's going to march to Martinsburg, Virginia, and Johnson is going to retreat back to Winchester, Virginia. And the week, Johnny, this week is going to end with our nation's celebration of independence. Happy Independence Day to everybody, although it's not the most happiest in the world.
Happy, your nation is now
two nations,
split in half.
A nation and
sort
a
of
belligerent nation.
So I guess
a group of people who say slavery might not be the best thing in the world, and a group of people who think that slavery is okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, this is
expand it. Okay, well, I mean, still though, at least we're not fighting the British anymore, and
that's
at
true.
least all of our taxes are coming from us. And,
yeah, we're fighting ourselves, taxing
fighting
ourselves.
our cousins and neighbors and brothers. That's fine.
Yep. In fact, this day of celebration is going to be a working holiday for Congress, as a special session of Congress is called. Lincoln is going to outline why the war occurred, why federal government has been suspended in the South, and his actions to deal with the rebellion. In his speech to Congress, he's going to indicate that some of his actions he flat out admits that some of the things that he did was outside the scope of presidential authority, including the suspension of habeas corpus.
Okay, I'm sorry. This speech was not written 5 minutes before this happened, and he just a few days ago did it again. So he's just like, oh, I know what I'm doing is wrong. I know it's not quite within the power of the president, but listen, you're not going to care about all that. And let me tell you why. So why, Tommy? Why
because
aren't you going to care about that?
It's the public necessity, Johnny.
Oh.
And he's gonna ask Congress, he's going to say, I hope Congress would give him the legal authority to do what he's already done. It's a dictator!
Oh, go fuck yourself, Lincoln.
Fuck yourself, Lincoln. That's right. And that's where we're going to end it. We'll see how this progresses in the upcoming weeks. That's it for this week in Civil War in Hindsight. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and join us on Historic Hindsight. We talk about all kinds of fun, random things like Paul Revere and submarines and ironclad boats.